Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Sock Talks with Joy and Sean. We're glad to
No,
have
the
you.
Gratitude Movement Club.
The
Come on, we need
Gratitude
to change
Movement
that.
Club. All right, all right, all
CMB.
right.
We're the CMB. Oh,
See,
GMB. God, I can't even spell gratitude.
what?
I
You're going way too fast for me. I don't
had to
have
see if you were paying
bandwidth.
attention. We're the GMB. See, there's a
What
song
are
for
you
Cody. We're
saying?
the GMC.
Oh, man, Sean, I'm
Badab.
totally gone.
If he can
Okay.
make a song to Badab, he can do one to GMC.
All right. What?
Anyway, hi,
What?
Joy.
Give me those initials again. What are you saying?
GMC Gratitude Movement Club.
Oh, GMC.
Yeah.
Well, that's like
He could dress up like Boy George from the Culture Club and do a whole like 80s vibe with it. I can see this happening. Yeah.
that's, GMC was a
In the
car.
comments, please put, I want to see Cody do it, and we'll make sure that we get it to him.
Yeah. So tell me, wasn't GMC a car once?
It still is a car. It's a brand of General
Okay.
Motors.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
so
what I
maybe
thought.
that
Okay.
whole trademark thing might get
I
us.
was gonna say, see, yeah, that's why you
All
can't
right,
do
so we're the
that.
Gratitude Movement Club. We just won't
Okay.
do the initials.
Okay. Okay, we'll figure that. Okay. Hi, everybody.
Anyway, thanks for coming. We'll see you guys next week.
It's like putting those surveys out and say, what do you want the name to be now?
No, I
Give
don't
us some
care.
ideas. What would you like me
Just
to
keep
name my
paying us. I
dog?
don't care.
God. Okay. Hi. All
Hi, how
right.
are you?
We're a little slap happy this morning on a Friday morning and trying to make it
A
Friday
Saturday.
morning.
Joy's just trying to make it to happy hour,
Well,
which is in
yeah.
about 45 minutes.
I was gonna say there's a happy hour somewhere all the
Bloody
time.
Mary, it's 5 o'clock somewhere,
Yeah.
assuming, yeah, now in
Anyways,
Jacksonville.
so okay. Anybody want to take our picture and send us an act? We probably laugh about this like forever. Anyways, mentioning acts, loving it. How about you? You loving them?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think, I don't know if we shared it last, no, we didn't do last week. So like Easter, I would have normally have done a ton of flat cards, pictures on the front, stalking Facebook, picture on the front, Happy Easter. And I still did my flat cards, but I did a lot of acts.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kind of acted on my prompting on who would get an act. I'm like, oh, this is a picture from this morning. So wouldn't it be cool to send this right now? Or this is the Easter egg hunt they did yesterday. I'll do a card for. So just, don't come to that page and it's like digital card, digital or card, digital. Uh, what do I just pick one?
Yeah.
Don't get frozen on it. And if you are froze, send them both. Do the digital
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
send the one that ends
Yeah.
up in the mailbox.
Well, Sean, like we talked before this, I get frozen. I pull these pictures off of Facebook and I save them to send a card when I can get down and get the card,
Sure.
depending where I'm at, and it's like I'm looking at it when I pull it up, it's like, okay, do I want to do a card or do I want to do digital?
Yeah. Don't.
And I am getting frozen on it, and it's like, okay, you've made some valid points about it doesn't matter, it's get the card. It's like it doesn't matter that when you get when you we've talked to people in the past about when we were just all the physical card, and it was like, okay, I like the front of this card in the store. I like this. It's not the card, it's the message, it's the time,
It's the act. It's not to be
the
funny,
act
but
of
it
it
is
that
it's the act.
yeah, that you took the time to do it. That's what's important. That's what's important. I said, well, yeah, I don't know. Many people you come across people say, well, I don't like to handwrite my cards. Okay, that's fine. Do you do them all?
Fine.
No. Okay, now look at this. You want to do
Those
something
don't end up
different?
on the fridge,
Yeah, yeah,
as we all know.
yeah. And the acts, you made a good point there too. It's like you send it to someone and you've put that debate out there. Should it be, physical or can I do the act? Do both of them. Go ahead and
I
combine
did
it.
today. I
Yes.
we had a um I did two during my BNI meeting. That's how well I pay attention some days.
I know. You
But
have to be careful how you do those in meetings.
yeah, I heard somebody doing it next to me. No, so our HOA attorney, who's also named Karen, somebody else mentioned, I'm looking for the Karens or the HOA directors. And then when it got to her, she's like, I'm Karen and I'm an HOA attorney. And she goes, a unicorn. I'm like, oh, so I Google a unicorn. I put one on the front, put one on the inside. I'm like, a Karen and a unicorn? How strange. I hope it makes you smile. And so then we have our business to business BNI meeting afterwards at a restaurant. And it's somebody asked something and she's got it pulled up and she's doing this, and I'm like, how many times today will she do? Look what I got, you know, and then I just did the digital app. I didn't send her a card in the mail. And then it was a visitors day. So we had the owner that owns the franchise, Spencer, was there. And he's like, you need to be committed to BNI. And it's kind of like when you're boyfriend, girlfriend, there's not that commitment, but when you put a ring on it, and he started doing the Beyonce dance and everybody's like, no, don't do that. So I'm like, you're getting it. So I did a real card. And then I'm sitting, like an hour later, I'm like, you know what? I want him to smile right now. So then I went and recreated it and did an act.
Hmm.
So don't, your heart, your mind, your whatever you want, your prompting, whatever you want to call it, it's going to guide you on which one to do.
Yeah.
Don't get frozen because
Yeah.
you're right, Joy. It is the act of sending these and making a difference. And I mean, it really hit me when Sawyer's like, well, I showed this to my dad 2, 3, probably 4 or 5 years ago. And he went, no, no, no. And then when he came back to him and said, look, we act on our promptings and we show gratitude, kindness, and appreciation. This is just an immediate way to do it.
Yes.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, dude.
Like, oh my God, light bulb, it was
And
really.
that's how I describe. So I've told you before, I'm trying to get away of using the word card.
Hmm. Hmm.
So when somebody's like, what do? I help people with gratitude, kindness, and appreciation, whether they want to do it immediately or they want it to end up in their mailbox. So you get away from, because that is truly what we do. We
Hmm.
can do a tangible touch, or we can do where it's on a text like that.
Yeah.
So don't get frozen on, and don't have a discussion with yourself looking at digital real card, digital real card, digital real. Oh, just pick one.
Yeah. Yeah. Pick one and do it. Yeah. You
So is that
made
going
me.
to help
I
you?
was
You're
at,
just going to pick them from now on.
yeah, I was at an event Thursday night and a speaker, and I literally took a picture of her, and she just did something funny. And I mean, yeah, I listened, and things were slowing down, and she was getting ready to sit down. I actually sent her a digital card, with her up there speaking,
Perfect.
and so that was like kind of cool,
Yeah.
so
Or
yeah,
or someone makes a reference. You do one that ends in the mailbox that's a week later, and they look at it like, what the heck? What? Versus you do it right then you're in the moment with them.
yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a lot to be there, and but anyways, yeah, I think it's all good stuff. Let's
oh,
see.
and
Oh, I think, it's been a while since we chatted, but I think I was sharing a couple of weeks ago. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Point that out, guys. It's on your Prompting Pro. Perfect, perfect,
if
perfect.
you haven't done it, pull down on it. This will pop up. This is somebody, if you send somebody and like, I want to do that, send them this link. It just it's a quick name, address, credit card, and they're up and running.
Yeah. Yep, it pops up just like I just popped on it. It literally just pops up and shows them the name, address. Yeah, let me find my camera. And all
Where's
that.
your pay? Yeah. And
So
that they will get emails from promptings on other stuff. And then you can follow up. Hey, you can do ones that end up in the mailbox too. What do you think? So
yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
telling you, we're going to bring people on that are just going to show people how to do the acts, and they'll make millions.
Yeah, yeah,
I,
yeah.
this is this has got viral that we never really had anything. Well, we haven't had anything like this.
Hmm.
And it's got younger generation written all over it. So
Yeah, yeah, you're right. And I will still play, I don't want to say devil's advocate. It's not devil's advocate but I will say the personal card is still the best way.
oh yeah, no,
The
absolutely.
physical card. And if you have something and you're not quite anybody you have that question on which way to go, send them both. You know,
Yeah.
just do it both and get them out there. So, but what I was going to share was last week I had my meeting at BNI.
Okay.
And I was the feature presenter.
Oh, cool.
So what I did, and this was like a week, 10 days after ACT was introduced.
Okay.
And so what I did is I sent all of them, I created a card.
Hmm.
And one by one, I sent to every one of them the day before the meeting. Okay, so they got that card. I also put inside the card, open to see how you can help me prepare for the meeting. And it was the Wi-Fi of the facility. I wanted to make sure they
Okay.
got on their Wi-Fi.
Okay.
ahead of time. I mean, you have 7 minutes in this presentation. Not a whole lot, you know, you got
No,
a lot
no.
that's got to happen.
Who, what, when, where?
I had 35 people that I had them clicking on the act and going ahead and sending the card and to send try it themselves.
Perfect.
And I had it
Perfect.
up on the screen as I was
Yep.
going through the steps on the screen and have them do it, kind of thing. Now, of course, not everybody was going to do it or get it done, but out of those 35, I had 20 people that did.
Nice.
And so
Hey,
far, I've had
that's a great percentage.
five one-to-ones as a result of that,
Sure.
from something like that. But, because, we don't get notified when they do it. We get notified if they start it and don't finish it,
Right.
and all those kicked in, and so that's how I know my numbers
Okay.
from that, just the information from everybody. But yeah, so it was just like a simple thing to do. And so far, two of them have signed up with something,
Yeah. Good.
so.
And think about, like I just did it today. I gave one of the members a journal because I said she bought a package. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give you a journal. And she's like, what? And today she came up after. She's like, did this come with my package? I said, no. I told you, and you weren't there last week. I brought him last week, but you were getting married. I told you I'd bring it. Boom. And then she shot me a text. She goes, oh my God, I'm journaling right now. I love it. And I'm also listening to Tupac Thug music. Does that count? And I'm like, dude, if you can be grateful and listen to thug music, you're a master. And then she sent me a meme with the, a little kid in a car riding like this. And then I sent something, she sent something. And then I'm like, I'm gonna send an act. And I sent it to her and she's like, and I'm like, oh, the light bulb. So as you're texting back and forth with people, and if they're sending you a meme or something, send them, instead of doing a meme, send them an act with, Google
Yeah.
Image, whatever you guys were chatting about.
Well, you know what? I had a message to somebody the other day. Instead of just sending them a message, I sent them an act. And I put the message inside the act.
See? It's endless.
I said, yeah, so I kind of did that. Well, Jim Packard's birthday was not too long ago,
Right.
and so I sent him a birthday act, just
Gotcha.
kind of funny with that.
We'll be
So,
on the news. Memes are so out. People are doing acts now. If you're not involved with that, connect with Joy or Sean.
yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, yeah. So it was really funny. I mean, it was so yeah, I've been using it as a tool for instead of messaging people, I'm sending them an act.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
and I'm not doing the flat card either. I'm doing the card
No, I'm trying.
so
I'm
they could get
listening.
the experience
Yep,
of,
get the
an
experience. Yeah,
opening. Yeah.
yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, so it's kind of pretty cool. It's a
Yeah,
fun thing. Just
the
go and
possibilities are
enjoy it.
endless. So go out and show it. You'll be shocked.
Yeah, and
People
thank you
will drop
for go
people
ahead.
will drop $10 at no issue, no issue at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
Um,
So,
so
but thank you for slapping me around a little bit and telling me not to rethink it, not to think so hard.
don't overthink it. Just trust
We
your
get wrapped up
prompting,
and we
trust
do
your
it.
instinct,
So
little voice, message from God, whatever you want to call it, and pick one. So,
yeah.
and you made it the point. It doesn't matter. It's
Mm,
that you're.
mm.
It's not the card. It's not what we write. It's how you make people feel. It really is. So,
Yeah. And just taking the time to do that is
yep.
is is huge. So
So,
awesome.
how many have you done today so far?
Well, I've been at a breakfast all morning for Casa and everything else.
Oh,
So I have done,
sure.
I
I
did
had my
two while I
BMI
was
meeting.
there. I did do two while I was there, but I got a
See?
lot of pictures that are going out there,
Yeah.
from as of
Perfect.
all of today. So, but yeah, yeah. So yeah, and I mean, don't beat yourself up when you hear people doing 20 a day. Set yourself a goal, 5, 10 a day.
Those people don't work anyway. So,
They don't have a
kidding,
nine-to-five
kidding.
job. Yeah, 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 kind of thing. No, and it's interesting because when you and I'm going to put a plug out for this too because on Wednesday night, Judy and Willie and I kind of have a thing out there where we get on instead of a team call, we combine teams together. We do a 10-minute segment. We time. And it's basically a working information. The first 10 minutes is you're just like going on Facebook or whatever social media, and you're just like making comments. Comments
Okay.
need to be 5 or 6 or 7 words for the algorithms to kick right. Just FYI on that.
Yeah.
So you got to spend 10 minutes doing that, and then the
And you
next.
go, you did a very, 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 very good job. Is
That's
it right?
perfect. That's six. That's six. Yeah. So, and then the second 10-minute section is based on actually doing an interaction. Look at the people who are on there, actually have a conversation with them. It's just
Okay.
conversation.
Very cool.
And then the
Yep.
third part is you're going to ask somebody to do something. Whether it's,
Okay.
about looking at the video, whether it's about sending them, hey, can I send you what's new, the $10 act,
Right.
whether it's sending, getting a journal to somebody or asking them about that, but it's actual ask for some activity, you
Okay.
know. Now, as a result of that, it's amazing when you start those relationships, you're putting yourself in a better position to do an act. I mean, everybody that you've had a conversation, everybody you've commented on a conversation, you could go to their profile, pick a picture, and do an act with them.
Absolutely.
You could do that,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's just like taking the time to build the relationships, and then
What it's all about.
you're going to see. And
Yep.
I will tell you, by doing this, my Facebook, when I started with this, we've been doing it for a couple of weeks now. I was getting all ads on Facebook.
Right.
I'm not getting ads now. I'm not getting as many. I'm getting a lot of personal people
Okay. Nice.
because it started to kind of roll it a little bit. So
Yeah.
I began to think I had no friends anymore. I,
Well, you know,
you know, are you trying to tell me something?
nothing. No, no, not at all. No.
Sean, I wasn't even seeing your feeds on your baby. I was
Oh
seeing
my God.
your beach talks. They were
Yeah.
coming through, but anything else I wasn't.
Hmm.
You So
Okay.
I was missing those. But
I
yeah,
know you've always heard like not a thumbs up or an okay. You need to write stuff out. So,
yeah,
the
yeah. Six
algorithm.
six
So,
words. 6 words. Willie told us that. She learned that in a class somewhere. So that's what
okay.
we've been doing.
I
So,
really, 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 I really, 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 really like you. That's 7. All right. So,
or I really, really like you so much.
you can't make the word longer.
No, no, you
No.
gotta go so so
And
so
it's
so
so,
so
so, so,
much.
so much. 7, check. I don't think that's
That's a
quite
good
the
one.
message
That's a
because
good
if you truly write a 6-word sentence, that's a little more, you're commenting with some, thought behind it, not just good job, heart.
Yeah, yeah,
No.
yeah. Not like
So
clicking all the happy birthdays. They all are a happy birthday in their name anymore. And all you have to do is go click, 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 click. Yeah, you need to do something.
I still write out stuff.
I do. I try to do a lot of that
Because
too.
like when my birthday hit, I'm like, well, you didn't, you lazy bastards. No. And you know what? You probably don't get credit for that because that's already pre-written for you.
That's probably true.
I wonder.
Yeah, probably so.
I
It's not 6 words either.
don't
It's
know who this Mr. Algorithm is, but I don't like him some days.
yeah. Some days he's a pain in the butt.
He is. And he changes all the time. So,
Oh well.
okay, off on a
Take
tangent.
care, buddy. See you later. Bye bye.